What is the best advice you have for college-age folk? Wait a minute, is this more of fungi? Fungi, you asked way too many questions. What is the best advice you have for college-age folk? Don't sweat the timetable. You're fully capable of wasting your life, and I'm a good example of that. And let me tell you, you can blow it. You can shoot out of college saying, "What am I going to do? How am I going to get all the stuff that I want to get done right now?" and then not get it done, and waste decades and decades. And then look back at it all and say, well, it was wasted, but it was also my life, and it was interesting. It was interesting to me. More than anything else, do what you want. And the only sort of responsible advice, the only responsible spin I would put on that "do what you want" advice is don't be hypnotized by the idea that what you want is to be irresponsible, to do stuff that's bad for you. Because that isn't really necessary. It probably isn't really true. Do what you want. Make a difference that matters to you. Doing what you want doesn't mean, killing yourself with drugs or just, fucking people over or whatever. That's a weird fantasy that so many people have, that what you really want is to fuck up and be bad in some real sense, of some humanist sense. You don't necessarily want to be. Just do what you want. Here's another fungi question. What do you consider to be your most significant missed opportunity? My most significant missed opportunity, well, it really wasn't a missed opportunity. Well, I just got through saying I don't think that any opportunities are missed. Every opportunity missed is an opportunity taken, an opportunity to sit back and eat donuts. But if I were going to play that game, I feel like I'll sort of pick a somewhat fanciful one. Is that the missed opportunity was not being born at a time when Prozac was available in my teen years. If Prozac had been available when I was a teenager, my life might have been very different. And then I wouldn't be the person you're looking at right now, and who knows who I'd be. I wouldn't recognize myself if somehow I split into two people without knowing it, and one of them went on to be me now, and the other one just got his brain chemistry right in high school instead of just being whatever the fuck was wrong with me that went undiagnosed. And I had lived a different kind of life as a result of that. They would have been two different people. That other person would not have been me. So that's the essence of whatever you do in your life, whatever you did is the path to where you are now. And you now are not the person who would be there if you had taken a different path. When you get old, are you going to need a diaper? When I get old? Zephorius? I always want to say Zaius whenever I see that, as in Dr. Zaius, but I guess it's Zephorius. I'm not sure what that means. Anyway, how did you get your foot in the door in the film industry? My foot in the door? Jesus Christ, I barely have my toe in the door and I'm 50. You don't want to ask me that question. This sort of plays off... No, we don't want to hear Daniel Johnson. We don't want to hear U2.
Hello.
We don't want to hear them. We'll have some nice Bob Dylan in the background here. This is in line with the advice I just gave about doing what you want to do. I probably would have, quote, gotten my foot in the film industry door much earlier and much more successfully had I done what I wanted rather than what I felt I had to do. There's no answer to that. There really is no answer to that. You can do all sorts of things, work on people's films. If you don't do what you want to do, it won't matter what you do because you think you have to do it. You'll kind of fuck yourself over. If you listen to the stories of the people that you might want to be like let's say you want to be like Steven Spielberg or Stanley Kubrick or Jim Cameron. I know these are all oldsters. Well, they're all, the story is always the same. They did what they wanted to do. Stanley Kubrick made his own film. Steven Spielberg snuck onto the lot at Universal and pretended to have a job there so he could just hang out. Jim Cameron was a truck driver and just sort of got into special effects just because he wanted to. If any of them said, I'm sure that Spielberg had dreams of being a major Hollywood director in some abstract sort of way, but he wasn't going about it that way. He was just doing what he wanted to do. The key piece of advice is just believe in yourself. What you will turn out to be the person you are no matter what you do. So you can't fake out reality and become better than you are. And if you turn out to be the next Ed Wood or whatever, or a failure, or if you go broke and end up homeless and become a wino and whatever, tough. That's what's going to happen. To get there, you might as well just do what you want to do. The mystery of how you get your foot in the business is a mystery that can't be solved. It happens to everyone in different ways. The one way it doesn't happen, just in case anybody's watching this and thinking that I am the portal, please, nobody come to me for help. I don't know who you could go. No. That's laughable. Christ. IChoseTheRedPill asks, when one of your scripts is finally picked up by backers, who would be your female lead, male lead, bad guy, or women, and who would you have direct it? Nice seeing you again, Bob. Well, in my hypothetical future, I get to direct my own movies, or conversely, I sell a script for a nice chunk of change, which is still, a distant possibility of something that might actually happen. And if that happens, I really, at this point, don't care who directs it if I sell it outright. Because one of the lessons I've just learned in the last 5 or 6 years is how to let go of things, how to do the best you can and yet not get so invested in something that it's got to be your way or the highway. And that's another, speaking about getting your foot in the door, that is some good advice for anybody who gets in the door in any small way, is learn to do your best and not try to control everyone else. And if you must control everyone else, then you pretty much have to be the writer, producer, director. Having said that, I mean, as far as movie stars and people I would like to have in my movies, I really don't have certain people that I just desperately wish would be in my particular films. I have written scripts where I thought to myself, who would be best for this, and have come up with names like, oh, Will Smith. There are actresses that I have wanted to work with because I think they're so attractive. Jennifer Connelly, I think, is fantastic. But it doesn't all, it's not like I have a laundry list of people that I really want to work with, and I'm working toward that end. Where was I? Interminablespirt, hey there. With the strike in effect, have you thought about writing for television? Has anyone approached you to do so? No one has approached me. The strike is over, obviously. We may be facing another strike, although no one can believe that SAG will actually strike, given the situation in the economy right now and everything else. But I can't understand why they can't get their act together to just bring this thing to a head. For those of you who don't know, there is the slight possibility that there will be an actor strike that will cripple the film industry and not achieve anything for the actors. And we all hope it doesn't happen, but the Screen Actors Guild doesn't seem to be able to just, come to tie things up. Anyway. But writing for television, yeah, there's almost no chance that I would. If I may be realistic and serious about my career for a moment, realistically, when I look into the future, there are basically two places where I can see myself actually working. I've been working, by the way, doing a job that I actually can't talk about, that I thought was just for the money, but turned out to be something I was really, I got a lot out of, and I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. I actually signed a confidentiality agreement. Anyway, but, and it didn't pay very well, so I wish I could talk about it, because I'm proud of it. But, what was I saying? Basically, I'm a 50-year-old guy with almost no track record to speak of, and my most famous, the main thing on my resume right now is Night of the Living Dead 3D, which got terrible reviews. It actually made quite a bit of money for a low-budget film, but that money doesn't come to me. And anyway, I'll be doing low-budget horror films, or lower than low-budget, weird stuff like that. Or I may be able to write a spec screenplay that would be bought by a major studio. That's conceivable. And if that were to happen and that film were to make money, who knows what weird things might happen with me in the studios. But I'm almost certainly not going to have a career with the studios, because I'm too fucking old to be starting out. They like young, and that's not entirely ageism, but this is like a subject for a vlog in itself. But the one place I'm not ever going to work, I can almost guarantee it, is in network television. That really is a job for a highly professional young person, and certainly, or somebody who has a track record as a TV writer who when they were young, and that wasn't me. Where are we?